All right, and we are live. Hey, what is up, YouTube Boxing family? It is K Rod here. I am back with another good live stream for y'all today. You know how it is. I always come out with a bang, doing what I always have to do. But shout out to the mighty LDBC, and
We came back.
yeah, we about to cook today. So let's talk about Miss Jamie Mitchell. I mean, if anybody wants to come on in, family only, be sure to click that link if you guys want to chop it up with me. But Jamie Mitchell, you are a piece of shit woman. And I'm not the type of person to make these type of live streams to roast on fighters, but then again, I see other YouTube channels do it, and you know what? I'll actually do it myself because this is why that I have this channel to vent, but also have fun and just talk sports
I
and
understand. I respect.
oh
A
shit.
denial of service is
I'm
when
sorry,
an
sorry,
attacker
sorry.
causes a.
All right, all right, got it. But yeah, basically, I'm gonna come on here, just talk my piece and just chop it up all night long. So basically, as far as the whole situation goes between Jamie Mitchell and her team, she has been absolutely dog shit. And as far as just as everything that I've kind of dealt with, going through the back and forth through Instagram, um, I'm not gonna get into that. I'm just gonna roast Jamie Mitchell, and we're gonna go over her glorious journey to to world title contention, because for some weird reason she tries to think that she's just some goddess out here just dominating the sport of boxing. And I'm going to just sit here and just say that you are no different from any other woman. But let's get right into it. I have her box rec pulled up here. We're going to start from the first fight all the way to the most recent fight, and we are going to compare and contrast resumes with other fighters like Zarina McCoy. Shout out to the Queen. But let's go over the resume of Miss Jamie Mitchell. Jamie Mitchell has fought a total of how many rounds? I don't think it tells you, but either way, I'm not really gonna do that. I'm just going to just assume. Oh wait, actually, yeah, it says right here she has 10 fights, and she has fought a total of 42 rounds. And this lady has 8 wins, no losses, 2 draws, and 5 by way of knockout. She is 5'2", 37 years old, and she is managed by Brian Cohen, and she fights out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Was born and from, or born and raised in Los Angeles, California. So obviously she's a Western pussy. That's basically what she is. But Miss Jamie Mitchell's career isn't really that special. We can see it right here, where we can just compare and contrast her career. So let's go right into her very first, well, every single one of her fights. And then I'm going to compare it to Zarina to see how she's been developing. And let's just see if it's better, if not the same. So, the very first fight, Jamie had fought a woman by the name of Dalia Gomez, and she beat her to a unanimous decision. The second woman was Latrell Solomon. She knocked her out in 2 rounds. And then the third fight in her career, she went to a split decision draw with Sharetta Metcalf, a woman that, she had fought in the past, and I guess she's no longer boxing no more. I don't know what happened. Oh, she's actually coming back February 19th. So be on the lookout for her. This is her very first fight since 2 years ago, back in February 28th against Britton Hart. But yeah, I mean, Sharetta Metcalf, that was a really tough fight as far as from what I've heard. But I haven't seen that fight, myself. But just as far as what I can tell, she obviously didn't want to run it back with her, so she avoided her, for that particular reason, and just moved forward. And then she had three bum fights out in Mexico against three consecutive women with losing records. The very first one was Claudia Vargas Ramirez. That was 0-1-0. She knocked her out and won. And then Viri Diana Perez Mendiola, she decisioned her. She was 0-3-0 at the time. And then against Anna Karen Campion, she knocked her out in two. And then she comes back to the U.S. and fights Britton Hart at the Thomas and Mack Center. She basically had a majority draw decision with her, and yeah, I mean honestly, like she didn't want to run it back with Britain, in which I thought that she won that fight. Surprisingly, well, from my own angle, at like looking at that fight, but after that, she took a 2 year layoff and then she fought Noemi Vasquez, knocked her out. Noemi Vasquez, I don't have anything bad to say about her, in which I'm going to be kind of respectful to say that she's had her wars as a fighter, but the level of competition that she has fought has really brought a lot of wear and tear. So she wasn't really, the best form of her. And I'll be respectful enough to say that Noemi Vasquez, she's a journeyman to put it at best. But that fight with Noemi Vasquez didn't really solidify anything because it's like she didn't really knock her out. She just got a referee or TKO stoppage by like whatever means possible. So I mean that that doesn't really solidify a good resume building win. And then after that, fast forward into October, she then goes off to face Shannon Courtney, and she beats her. In which I won't say that is a credible win, but Shannon Courtney hasn't done anything spectacular herself. Because looking at her resume and who has she fought leading up to that point, she's fought basically a crap load of bums. She's fought women with losing records, not really that much of a high win loss ratio that could be over 500, competition. But her only decent wins that she had, which made her a world champion, was the win over Ebony Bridges, who wasn't that good at all. She was 5-0 at the time, but it's like she doesn't have like she didn't have a good resume herself either. And then on top of that, she basically came off of a unanimous decision victory win over Carol Earl, who who was a nobody at all, and I don't understand how she was able to get a title shot right away because Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, they'd be doing some funny shit, over in their promotional stable, but still, it's like looking at the resume, her resume isn't shit. And now she gets another title shot after two fights that didn't, put her in the position to be ranked at all through the IBF over nine other women to become the number one mandatory because she's ranked number 10 in the IBF. And then for some weird reason, Maria Cecilia Roman has to fight her. That doesn't make any fucking sense. So there's some fishy business that's being managed, by Miss Ebony Bridges. So I just think honestly, at the end of the day, it's pathetic. I think how everything has been orchestrated with Jamie Mitchell is that she wasn't supposed to be in this position, and good enough she got the win over Shannon. But it's like it's nothing special at the end of the day. So I just think honestly, uh, I think things should be managed a lot better with how we see fighter resumes. Because looking at Jamie's resume, she doesn't have a good resume. Her resume is not that good. The Carly Skelly victory does not have any weight on it because Skelly did not fight any certifieds that put her in the position to be a mandatory to Jamie. So Jamie took advantage of fighting her because Carly Skelly, she was politically, inserted into the rankings, and then that's what made it, possible for her to do that. So my question to you, Miss Jamie Mitchell, why didn't you just fight Serena to just have a better win over your resume? Because at least that way, a 9-0-0 woman that has a good track record with trying to fight whoever's available is a lot better of a higher, name and stock versus fighting some, UK bum that just traveled across the pond to go ahead and face you, and then you just beat the crap out of her and just win. That's not a credible fucking victory, if you ask me. But I just find this absolutely retarded because it's like Zarina, she's wanting to fight the best, but people don't want to give her that opportunity. So what better way than for her to just come out of her way to just say, okay, well, fuck it. If nobody's not going to give me the opportunity, then she's going to have to fight some of these ladies that may not look good on paper. But guess what? If they're giving her a tough task for her to, stay busy and to develop her skill set, then by all means go for it because at least that way she's getting more competition down in Mexico, and then she could bring that talent back up to the US, and then she's battled like she's more battle tested and she's able to do a lot more in the ring now because she's been staying active enough. But for Jamie's case, she hasn't done that at all. She's been like basically Jamie came off of like a 2 year layoff leading into 2020 one or leading into 2021, and she just basically got lucky by the draw to get a world title in which she was good enough to get the victory out in the UK, which I was happy for that. But at the same token, it's like Shannon Courtney was a nobody. Nobody didn't know who the hell she was. You know, basically, Eddie Hearn was pushing her to be like this next all-time big great, and it's like, yeah, she had her time after she beat Ebony Bridges, but after that, it was like, nah, she just, straight up got cocky, and she got put in the position of overlooking Jamie, and then good, Jamie beat her, but at the same token, it's like, Jamie, you're not that good either. You're 37 years old. You should be hanging, but the gloves up. So, my question to you, Jamie, is like, why the fuck do you think that you're above other people? Because you think that, now that you just won this world title and you've only had it for a good several months, at least about 5 months, if I'm actually being exact, but or actually no, 4 months. Yeah, December and then February. But still, it's like Jamie Mitchell, you made yourself look like a complete idiot, and it's really disgusting and it's very evil for what you had to do to try to put yourself in the position of not being honest with yourself to challenge yourself with the best opposition. Because if you had to get it from the mud to get this world title, then what the fuck are you going to do for the future when you have higher level forms of opposition that are going to challenge you one day, and then boom, you're going to get your ass knocked out? Because looking at the division, Jamie would have to go through the other champions or possible mandatory challengers such as Shannon O'Connell, possibly Melissa Odessa Parker, which I think that's a good fight. I think Zelina Munaz would absolutely knock Jamie the fuck out. I think Valenzuela will give Jamie trouble. Johan Luna, I think Jamie can definitely stop her. Unless if she's going to cheat against Jamie, then Jamie should probably watch out for that. And, I don't want to be wishing harm onto fighters, especially in the ring. But outside of boxing, that's a different story. Dina Thorson, that's a damn good fight too. Dina, she's a damn good fighter. She doesn't really have that many knockouts in her career, but I think this is a good fight to make next because she just came off of a knockout victory over Zelina Munoz, which that was a damn good fight. And yeah, I actually think she's on a tear. She's just coming in here, just beating everybody up, and she's doing everything right. So salute to Dina Thorson. She is definitely the truth at the bantamweight division. But I think if Jamie is gonna try to unify with her, I think that's a good step in the right direction. But I think honestly, like she's not gonna hold the belt for that long because there's gonna be some women in her division that are gonna take her down. I'm pretty sure Rosalinda Rodriguez will very well face her, or probably Shannon O'Connell. Even though that she's 39 years old, she's still coming out here knocking. Well, I wouldn't say she's knocking people out, but she's giving people problems. And obviously, her two back-to-back, recent victories against Trineka Johnson and Taylor Robertson, those were split decision victories. But still, she did what she had to do to, be up there. So I think this will probably be the next fight for Jamie, and I won't be surprised if Shannon actually wins. So I like to see that fight, but I think honestly, like what's probably going to happen is just that Jamie's going to find whatever possible way to avoid, all the tough, mandatories, and then she's going to try to unify and try to get the most money out of her belt. So I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna happen. But as far as what the like my last few thoughts is just that Jamie, you're a piece of shit. You and your team are absolute liars trying to cap for Zarina, and it's pathetic because you guys have a lot on your plate as far as all the competition that's around you. But the fact that you guys have to lie to try to act like Zarina didn't get a fight offer to fight you, and you guys try to pretend as if that never happened, and knowing that she had said it publicly on her own Instagram page to say that you guys turned it down, and she just basically got the call from Matchroom and then said, "Yeah, I want the fight." So I don't think it's her fault for just saying what was spilled out to her from Matchroom, but if I was in her position, it's like at the end of the day, it's not her fault. It's your fault. So I guess like my final words to her is just that, fuck you. Absolutely fuck you, Jamie, and fuck you, Leanna. Because you guys are fucking disgusting fucking bitches, man. Because you guys are the same motherfuckers that will protect hopeless fighters for ducking tough opposition. And I'm not saying Jamie she's a hopeless fighter, but she tries to act like she has political protection through Matchroom, and it's not going to happen like that. Eddie Hearn's going to definitely set her up, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be up against at least Shannon Courtney again, or they're probably going to put her up against hmm, maybe Rachel Ball, but I'm not so sure, man. But I'm pretty sure there's going to come a time where Jamie's not going to get her fair shake, and it's going to just be an absolute failure. So I don't see her becoming champion for that long. I don't have too much sympathy for her. So that's pretty much it. This wasn't really too much of like a long live stream, so I just wanted to just get this off my chest and just say fuck you to Jamie Mitchell, fuck you to her coach, fuck everybody because you guys are absolute liars. You are you are disgusting scumbags, and you guys are a total disgrace to the sport of females, to the sport of female boxing. So that's pretty much it. To hell with you guys, and I'm out. Bye.